An education obtained with money is worse than no education at all. An honest man is always a child. An unexamined life is not worth living. As for me, all I know is that I know nothing. Bad men live that they may eat and drink, whereas good men eat and drink that they may live. Be as you wish to seem. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Be nicer than necessary to everyone you meet. Everyone is fighting some kind of battle. Be of good cheer about death, and know this of a truth, that no evil can happen to a good man, either in life or after death. Be slow to fall into friendship, but when you are in, continue firm and constant. Be the kind of person that you want people to think you are. Beauty is a short-lived tyranny. Beware the barrenness of a busy life. By all means, marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. Contentment is natural wealth, luxury is artificial poverty. Death may be the greatest of all human blessings. Do not do to others what angers you if done to you by others. Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall gain easily what others have labored hard for. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. Envy is the ulcer of the soul. Every action has its pleasures and its price. Falling down is not a failure. Failure comes when you stay where you have fallen. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. From the deepest desires often come the deadliest hate. Get not your friends by bare compliments, but by giving them sensible tokens of your love. He is a man of courage who does not run away, but remains at his post and fights against the enemy. He is richest who is content with the least, for content is the wealth of nature. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. He who is not contented with what he has, would not be contented with what he would like to have. I am not an Athenian or a Greek, but a citizen of the world. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. I call myself a peaceful warrior because the battles we fight are on the inside. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing. I know you won't believe me, but the highest form of human excellence is to question oneself and others. I was really too honest a man to be a politician and live. If a man is proud of his wealth, he should not be praised until it is known how he employs it. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. If you want to be a good saddler, saddle the worst horse, for if you can tame one, you can tame all. It is better to change an opinion than to persist in a wrong one. It is not living that matters, but living rightly. Know thyself. Life is full of questions. Idiots are full of answers. My friend, care for your psyche, know thyself, for once we know ourselves, we may learn how to care for ourselves. Nature has given us 2 ears, 2 eyes, and but 1 tongue to the end that we should hear and see more than we speak. No evil can happen to a good man, either in life or after death. Nothing is to be preferred before justice. Once made equal to man, woman becomes his superior. One who is injured ought not to return the injury, for on no account can it be right to do an injustice. Only the extremely ignorant or the extremely intelligent can resist change. Our prayers should be for blessings in general, for God knows best what is good for us. People demand freedom of speech to make up for the freedom of thought which they avoid. Prefer knowledge to wealth, for the one is transitory, the other perpetual. Regard your good name as the richest jewel you can possibly be possessed of. Remember, no human condition is ever permanent. Then you will not be overjoyed in good fortune nor too scornful in misfortune. Silence is a profound melody, for those who can hear it above all the noise. Slanderers do not hurt me because they do not hit me. Smart people learn from everything and everyone, average people from their experiences, stupid people already have all the answers. Sometimes you put walls up not to keep people out, but to see who cares enough to break them down. Strong minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, weak minds discuss people. The easiest and noblest way is not to be crushing others, but to be improving yourselves. The fewer our wants, the more we resemble the gods. The greatest blessing granted to mankind comes by way of madness, which is a divine gift. The greatest mistake you can make in life is to be continually fearing you will make one. The greatest victory is over self. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. The highest realms of thought are impossible to reach without first attaining an understanding of compassion. The hottest love has the coldest end. The measure of a man is what he does with power. The mind is everything, what you think, you become. The only good is knowledge, and the only evil is ignorance. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. The shortest and surest way to live with honor in the world is to be in reality what we would appear to be. The value of a man is measured in the number of those who stand beside him, not those who follow. The way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear. There are two kinds of disease of the soul, vice and ignorance. There is no possession more valuable than a good and faithful friend. There is only one good, knowledge, and one evil, ignorance. They are not only idle who do nothing, but they are idle also who might be better employed. Think not those faithful who praise all thy words and actions, but those who kindly reprove thy faults. Those who are hardest to love, need it the most. To be is to do. To find yourself, think for yourself. To move the world, we must first move ourselves. To talk well and eloquently is a very great art, but that an equally great one is to know the right moment to stop. True knowledge exists in knowing that you know nothing. And in knowing that you know nothing, that makes you the smartest of all. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. Understanding a question is half the answer. Virtue does not come from money, but from virtue comes money and every other good of man. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. We cannot live better than in seeking to become better. What a lot of things there are a man can do without. What screws us up the most in life is the picture in our heads of what it's supposed to be. When the debate is lost, slander becomes the tool of the loser. Wind buffs up empty bladders, opinion, fools. Wisdom begins in wonder. Worthless people live only to eat and drink, people of worth eat and drink only to live.